As a side note, this is a continued unsponsored experience with Farfetch. Hello, welcome back to Classics with a Quirk, where I talk about contemporary and luxury designer items and brands with a touch of silliness. If this is the kind of content you find interesting, please do like this video and subscribe for more of it. Thank you. Okay, Farfetch unboxing take two. I've got a little bit of an explanation as to why I have decided to purchase again from Farfetch. Some of you might have followed my debacle of 2021 where I bought a mini Lou camera bag from Farfetch. It arrived and I was sort of concerned with the condition it came in and some missing components, and then I returned it and then had a very long ordeal with getting my money back and a refund from Farfetch. I did end up getting the full refund from Farfetch in regards to the whole thing, but it took like 2 months. The thing though about returning the mini Lou is that originally I wasn't planning on returning it. I'd hoped to exchange. I hoped to repurchase the same item, the same bag. I bought it in this beautiful candy green color. I really loved the candy green color and I wanted the candy green color, so I contacted Farfetch about trying to exchange it. And the reason I did this was because in between me purchasing the bag for $11.90, the bag had a price increase up to $13.90, so a $200 increase, which I, didn't particularly want to pay the difference since I bought the bag and would have kept the bag if not for it was a whole thing. And, some people disagreed with me about my reasoning, and that's, totally valid. I had my reasoning at the time, and I don't know if in hindsight I would have changed my mind about what I did, but it is done now, and so I can't do anything about it. I'll link the videos if you're interested in watching them if you haven't already. But that whole being said, what ended up happening in the beginning was Farfetch agreed to credit me for the price difference. So Farfetch agreed to give me the discount code for the 10% off that I used to buy the bag in the first place, and then agreed to give me a price match credit so I could repurchase the bag. And so I was going to do this, but the return process to get my money back from the first buy took so long that the green color went out of stock. And by that point, I was so frustrated with Farfetch because of how long the return process took that I didn't want to deal with them again anyway. That being said, I still really wanted a mini Lou camera bag. Some of you might have watched my 2022 wish list where I talked about wanting a mini Lou camera bag. I really liked the style and the shape and the design, and unboxing one just clinched the fact that I did want one. And in my wish list, I talked about the different colors that I was looking at, like the beige, a pink if possible, obviously the green, but that was a stock issue. So what I ended up deciding was I was going to give Farfetch one more chance, in part because I wanted to use my credit to buy the mini Lou camera bag. I had the credit, I wanted to purchase the bag. I might as well actually utilize it to do so. And then if the experience is terrible, well then definitely never deal with Farfetch again. If the experience is better, like, okay. There was actually a little bit of a thing that happened when I tried to purchase this bag, the second bag, which I will go into in a minute. But I do want to unbox the bag first. I've already talked for a little bit. Timestamps will be down below, of course, as usual, so you can skip back and forth, go straight to the unboxing or to the chat or whatever. But timestamps will be down below. But I do want to unbox the bag first, see what arrived, and then give you a little bit more information about what happened when trying to purchase this with Farfetch, and then also a little bit about price, because that did play into me making the decision to buy the bag from Farfetch specifically. Okay, so I've already talked plenty before actually doing the unboxing, so I will do the unboxing and then talk more. It did come with two labels, one in the back that I removed, and this one, the sticker on top, and then actually like a small label. Of note, by the way, the previous bag was sent to me from a boutique in, I believe, LA, and this bag was sent to me from a place in New Jersey, according to the label. So that's interesting, different places, and that's part of what Farfetch does. They source things from all over the world. Not sponsored, by the way. This is in no way sponsored by Farfetch. They probably would never want to sponsor me again, considering my last video. Maybe considering what I might say about this experience. They're not going to want to touch me with a 10-foot pole, and they didn't reach out to me in any way in regards to having made a video about them, which makes sense. I doubt that they know who I am. So just, as a side note, this is a continued unsponsored experience with Farfetch and in regards to how I've been dealing with them and how they've been dealing with me. But yeah, okay, so unboxing. Let's actually get to the unboxing. So it is this like perforated box, and it was a little bit open, but that, you know, is fine. And let's just do the perforation. Oh, it's one of those boxes that you can reuse. That's kind of nice. I like keeping those because I do tend to reuse boxes. So it unfolds like that, and all right. Very graceful, and it lifts up like this. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, Farfetch. Yeah, all right, that makes sense. It's from Farfetch. Okay. Sorry about that. My nan called, so I did stop to answer the phone. So where were we? I think we were here. Yeah, unveiling, revealing, unveiling. Yeah, this is what arrived. The Farfetch box, and actually this came in a box, which is different from the previous package where it was just a dust bag thrown into the box with some tissue paper. So, okay, a box this time. That's interesting and different. Cool. So here is what's, you know, just some tissue paper left in here. Let's set this down. And this is very nicely wrapped in tissue paper, actually. Cool. That's different. And that's really interesting because, you know, I do know that Farfetch sources stuff from all sorts of boutiques all over. And so different boutiques will package things differently. So that's, you know, it's nice that I got a wrapped box this time, I guess. Oh yeah, this is the full thing, the full package. Hey, look at that. Saint Laurent box. Cool, all right. And this is already more than I got from the last boutique. Neat. If I can open it. Here we go. Okay. There we are. Set that there. Nice box. Nice dust bag. Saint Laurent. And of course a silica packet. Let's take this out of here. Oh, and what am I seeing in the box? I am seeing the little wrapped card, which I'm going to actually check. Oh, it was upside down. Here we go. There we go. And I know we have the bag, but the timestamps are still below, so you'll see the unveiling. I just want to check this because this did not come in the last package, the last thing I purchased from Farfetch. And yep, here we have the care cards, the instructions, and an authenticity number, which I feel gratified. I feel gratified that this was included. Like, some people called me silly, and you know, you're entitled to your opinion, but I would like the full effect of getting something. And all right, yeah, this makes me happy and feel a little bit vindicated. So okay, let's put this aside. It's just, you know, a little card stock with all the information, the control ID. This should be able to be matched up with the number inside the bag. Okay, this is already a better experience. So let's put this back down. And here we have the Saint Laurent dust bag. It's just, you know, the black dust bag with the white lining. And you already know that I bought a mini Lou camera bag, but I can already see the color. All right, I'm excited. And you might be surprised by the color, but maybe not if you watched my wish list. Okay, I'm stalling and I don't want to anymore for my sake and your sake. Wow. Oh, and also, wow, it's like really, this is completely wrapped up. This is a new piece. Wow, I got a new bag. That's so nice. I thank you, this new boutique that I bought from. And wow, okay. That's so pretty. What a pretty color. Ta-da! Okay, okay, I'm very excited. As I said, I really like the green. I fell in love with the green color, but the green color was not in stock. And I was looking at other mini Lou camera bags in colors that I liked. And mostly I really was looking for silver hardware because I like YSL's bright colors with silver hardware. But I saw this color. This is, I believe, the dark beige in obviously the gold hardware. And I kept going back to it. And I kept going back to it, and I kept looking at pictures of it on other people. I went onto YouTube. This is a very popular color, so a lot of people on YouTube were reviewing this color. And obviously I went for it. Zipper's really nice, good. And it's nice and stuffed. Wow, it's, oh wow, this is really, really pretty. This is so pretty. This is so nice. And wow, okay, so I'm excited already. Like this is, aw, this is, I'm happy. I'm really happy. Okay, and it's all packaged and the chain is like all, this is kind of what I was expecting when I bought the bag from the first place. Like I expected it to be not even this well packaged or anything, but you know, to I love that the zipper is so smooth. That's really nice. So because I saw some reviews of people saying that sometimes the zipper was a little bit wonky, but this isn't. This is really smooth. And it's such a pretty color. This is such a pretty neutral. So I actually don't have a lot of light colored neutral bags in my collection. I have a couple of white bags, and I think I have one like beige off-white bag. My Coach cord is kind of like a beigey color, but nothing like this. And with the gold hardware, I just think it looks really pretty. And as some of you might know, in my wishlist video, I've already mentioned it a couple times, I mentioned that I was looking for maybe a pink bag, like a small pink bag, and I was looking for maybe a mini Lou in the small pink. But I saw this color, and obviously it's not pink, but I kind of like that it's this beigey color that I'd be able to still play with lighter colors. Obviously I'm gonna try it on and everything first, but before I do that, I want to tell you a little bit more about why I bought this bag in this color, and also a little bit about the whole experience with buying from Farfetch for a second time. I'm gonna talk to you as I remove the wrapping because I wanna try the bag on, obviously, and I can't really do that with all this stuff on it, but also I'm gonna keep this. I really like the mini Lou. I said that in my previous video. I like the mini Lou style. I like what it can fit. I like what it looks like. I like it on me. And literally the only reason why I turned the green is because I was planning to re-buy the green, hoping that I would have a better experience like I just had with this purchase. Like if I had gotten a good experience with the first purchase, I would have had no issues and just kept it. But anyway, so I was looking on the website. I'm taking off the wrapping as I talk to you, so I might be looking down. So I was looking on the website for other colors that I was interested in. As I said, the green was out of stock at the time. And the thing about it is that my credit and the discount code and everything only lasted until the end of March. So I basically had until the end of March to make a decision. And because I already had planned to buy the bag and I already kind of committed to liking it and wanting it, I sort of wanted to make the decision sooner over later. I know that I've already had a couple of unboxings already in the year, and it's not too far into 2022. They've all been wish list items that I've unboxed, and I'm super happy with all of the items that I've unboxed. But it is a little bit fast for me, you know, the beginning of the year, you've already gotten so many things. But I had the credit to use and it was going to expire. And then on the website, for some reason, I was looking through the website and I noticed that all of the bags, you know, were the new price, the $13.90, right? So the black with gold hardware, the black with silver hardware, which I did consider the black with silver hardware. And there were some other really pretty colors, like there was this yellow with gold hardware that I thought was really bright and sunny. And that was also $13.90, of course, you know, they were all $13.90. That was the new price. But then for some reason, and I don't know why, this bag, I'm still working on the tassel, this bag in this color, the dark beige, for some reason, it was listed for $12.50. I have no idea why. It was on the website for $12.50, and I took a screenshot and I shared it with everybody on Instagram if people were interested in maybe purchasing it for the reduced current price, because current price was $13.90, reduced price $12.50. That's $140 saved if you bought it. So I was looking at it and I had already really liked the color, because I was looking at the color, and then with the price being what it was, I kind of thought that that would have been a really good choice, because if I couldn't have the green, and if the green had been in stock and I'd purchased the green, it would have been, you know, $13.50 minus my credit. So it still would have been about the same that I paid in the beginning, which was, I believe, $11.35. So the green bag I bought for $11.90. And then with my 10% off discount code plus tax, it was $11.35. So I saved money in tax, which was great. With the new price being $13.90 with the credit and the discount applied, it also still evened out to about $11.35 after all that was applied. Cool, great, like fine. But the green bag wasn't in stock, and I also had been planning on buying the green wristlet from Neiman Marcus. The thing is, the wristlet that I bought was back ordered, and unfortunately it ended up being canceled. The order was canceled because it was not in stock anymore, which I'm still really bummed about because I really liked that color. And the little bit annoying thing is that I was planning on getting the green mini lou originally, and then when it fell through, I got the green wristlet, so I decided not to try to get a green mini lou from somewhere else. And now I don't have the green wristlet or the green mini lou, so I'm a little bit bummed about that, but it's okay. You know, there's going to be some sort of beautiful green bag with silver hardware that'll come along at some point. I can wait, I'm patient, like it's okay. I'm just a little bit bummed because I did love that color so much, and I had the bag and now I don't, and I could have had the wristlet and it got canceled. So that's a little bit of a drama, but anyway, back to my story. So the bag, this one, I finally got the tassel free, yay. This bag was being sold for $12.50, right? And I had my credit and I had my 10% off that I still could apply. And with this bag being $12.50 instead of $13.90, I wrote it all down. It's really interesting. So with the bag being $12.50 instead of $13.90, with the 10% off, you know, subtract $125, and then plus tax, which was, I believe, $67, yeah. It was $10.58, and then minus my credit. So this bag ended up being marked down from $12.50 to $9.40. So I paid $940 for this. And then my credit card, I have a Capital One MasterCard that I use for some purchases. That card had 8% cash back at Farfetch, which ended up being like 70 something dollars. So at the very end of everything, with it all added up, I ended up paying $870 for this. That's pretty good. Considering even that I originally bought the bag for $11.35, $870 is a pretty big discount from even what I originally paid, not to mention that it's a huge discount from what it's currently retailing for, $1,400 plus tax, obviously. So I'm really pleased with, you know, what I paid for this, you know, under $900 for a really nice YSL bag and in a color that I really like. I would have loved the green. I would not say no to the green, but this is really pretty, guys. This is really pretty, and it was such a nice experience unboxing it this time. Like, if I had purchased from Farfetch in the beginning and it had been this experience and I hadn't had to contact them and deal with what was going on, I wouldn't have had a negative connotation to Farfetch because everything would have been fine. And some of you pointed out that you had had perfectly fine experiences with Farfetch because you didn't have any issues, so you didn't have to deal with customer service, so there was no problem. Whereas I had to go back and forth with them to try to get the matter settled, and that ended up taking so long, and it ended up being so complicated for a reason that I don't think it should have been complicated for, but that it ended up being quite negative to me. On that note, actually, when I originally tried to buy this bag, so I tried to purchase this bag on my own, you know. I purchased it, I looked at the total was like $970 something. I went to checkout, I purchased it, I bought it, and after I purchased it, I noticed that my credit card had, instead of being charged for $940, had been charged for something like $1132. My credit had not been applied, my Farfetch credit. I checked my credit card statement and it had purchased, it had gone through, and I even took a screenshot of before I pressed purchase, so I had the record of it because I do that all the time whenever I make a purchase. I usually take a screenshot if I'm using it on my phone. So I pressed purchase and it said the total I was expecting, I bought it, and then the total changed. I was not super pleased about that. So I called Farfetch pretty much immediately, and I spoke to a very nice customer service representative who understood the problem and said, okay, why don't you cancel the purchase, and then I will help walk you through rebuying it, and I'll even give you the new code so you can, you know, apply everything as you need to. Okay, great, sure. I'm on the phone with her, and we go through the entire process, and just before I hit purchase, when I hit, you know, confirm, it went back to the price without the credit applied. The credit went away. And she was flabbergasted. So she tried to do it. She tried to, on her end, do everything, and then she was going to send me the link, or like I would tell her my information so she could put it in so I could purchase it through her. And it's still, on her end, the credit disappeared when we confirmed the purchase. So that was weird and a strange glitch, and maybe it's just my luck. My luck is not always the best. I've had some really good experiences, like my vintage jumbo. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. I was so excited. It's such a great experience. It's beautiful. I look at it every day and I smile when I see it. Like, that was such a good time. I've had some great experiences buying stuff. But sometimes I have not the greatest luck. And so she ended up having to say that she needed to contact her. She contacted her manager, who couldn't fix it. So she ended up having to contact tech support, who were not in at the time. Like, I think I contacted her like on a Friday, and with the time difference, it was, I'm not actually sure. Maybe it was a Saturday. I think it was a Saturday, actually. I contacted her on a Saturday, and tech support or whoever was in charge of the credits weren't in until Monday. So I had to wait till Monday. On Monday, she called me back. She had talked to tech support, credit team, whatever, and said that it should work this time. They had fixed whatever the problem was on their end. And then I was able to purchase it, and it did go through for the actual like $937.73 or whatever. And so it worked. It did. But it did take a weekend and talking to 3 people. Which, okay, Farfetch, I mean, you know what? In the end, they did do what they had originally said they would do. They did refund my money for the original purchase. They did give me the credit to use, which, you know, I do appreciate. I understand that that's something that they didn't have to do. They did, and I do appreciate that they did so. They gave me the 10% off back. It's just that the money refund took like 2 months, which was not ideal. And then it took so long that the bag that I wanted to buy did go out of stock. So that was also not ideal. But in the end, Farfetch did originally fix the problem. They did give me the credit, and they did give me the 10% off, and they did eventually refund my money. It was just a lot. And, you know, part of me does understand that obviously staffing is such an issue right now with everything that's going on. It's a very first world problem. It is, and I do recognize that. And also I was trying to get a refund during the holiday season, so probably they were even more understaffed and even more busy. So I do want to say that I'm aware of all that. It's just, you get frustrated when it's two months and you don't have $1,000 back on your card. That, you know, that's frustrating. Going forward, would I be willing to buy from Farfetch again? You know what? After this and after calling them and having it all worked out, I think I'd be more willing to. Yeah, I think I would. I don't think that it would be my first place to shop, but if, for instance, with the green bag, I couldn't find that color anywhere else. I found it on Farfetch, so that's why I bought it from Farfetch. If I was looking for something and I found it on Farfetch for a good price, would I be willing to buy from Farfetch again? I think so. I think overall conclusion, it was very neutral. Like, not great, not terrible, just kind of, it evened out. And so I'd be willing to give them a second chance. That's not bad. This is such a pretty bag. I'm gonna try it on in a second. So I wanted to like give you the whole story about Farfetch and like my experience with them, obviously the unsponsored version, and sort of my conclusion in terms of trying to be an adult about it. And like, okay, I do understand that there were a lot of external factors. I don't think it should have taken 2 months to get my refund, but they did truly in the end do what they could, like with the credit and everything, to make me a satisfied customer. And if nothing else had gone wrong, I would have been a satisfied customer. It was just that there was the discrepancy of the refund that exacerbated my frustration with them. So yeah, all things considered, I did have a good experience in the end with them. And I think I would be willing to purchase from them again. I don't think that I would want to be dishonest and be like, oh yes, it was flying colors all the time. But I do think that they did fix the issue. That's a little bit of a long, rambly way to reach the conclusion of, I guess Farfetch isn't too bad. And this was a pretty good experience, you know? Like, if I had gotten this experience from the get-go, I would have had no problems with singing Farfetch's praises. And I think that's the takeaway. It's that if there's a good experience, they're great. If it's not a great experience, maybe less great, but possibly you can have a decent outcome if you actually have good customer service. Anyway, I kind of want to try the bag on. I want to see what it looks like on me. I did take off all the packaging because I love it. I think it's such a pretty color. I'm really interested in seeing what it looks like on me. I already tried on the green one and I know that the bag falls nicely on me, but I do like this color so much and I want to try it on now. So we'll flip the camera around and I will do that. Okay, so here's the Mini Lou camera bag on my shoulder. I still think that it falls at a really good height for me. Drop, the word is drop. It's a good drop for me. I am 5'7" for reference, and I think one of the taller people on YouTube perhaps doing reviews like this, because most of the people I see on YouTube are like 5'5" or 5'4" or 5'1", and that's perfectly okay, but that doesn't necessarily give me the best reference point for a taller person. Anyway, so this is it on the shoulder. I think it looks really cute. I think it falls really nicely. I am wearing dark jeans today, so obviously this is a light colored bag. I'd be aware of wearing darker colors, especially darker jeans with this bag. One of the things that you can really do to prevent color transfer is to be aware of checking your bag immediately after wearing the jeans, because color transfer can lift off if it doesn't set. So that's something to be aware of. If you ever get color transfer on your bag, check it, check your bag regularly so you can lift the color transfer if it does get on your bag so it doesn't set. If it sets, it's a lot harder to get off / impossible to get off, but if you notice it right away, you can lift it off with, just an alcohol-free, fragrance-free baby wipe. So anyway, this is what it looks like crossbody. I do like it a lot. Oh my goodness, I think it's so cute. I like this color a lot too. It's kind of got a little bit of like a blushy undertone. So obviously this isn't pink, this is beige, but it does kind of read the same to me. Oh goodness, oh my gosh. Okay, this is so cute. I really do like this. And this was such a nice experience too. Like, oh, okay, all right. Yes, okay, good. Let's go back to sitting. So that was a little bit of a gushy mod shot try-on thing. I hope that it was at least useful to you if you're interested in figuring out how this might fall on your body. And if it wasn't useful, at least hopefully it was entertaining, because I did gush a fair amount. I really like this. I'm so excited to have it. I'm so excited to finally have a Mini Lou camera bag in my collection, and I really like this color. I really like this color. I still love the green with the silver hardware, but I'm not upset that I have this one instead. If I have the opportunity to buy the green Mini Lou with the silver hardware, I don't know. I don't necessarily think that I need a million camera bags in my collection, but I do think that having a variety of colors would be fun and nice. And obviously I love that green so much. So I don't know, I do love this bag. I'm so happy with it, yay. I'm so happy to have been able to get this good experience and get it with all the stuff and not have to deal with returning it again. Yay, okay, this is so nice. I'm really excited. I think this video is kind of long right now, so I'm not gonna do like a what fits or anything, because I did just get the bag and I wanna just have done the unboxing, and also this is a really long video already, so I'll save that for another time. I'll probably do like an updated review video a little bit later, like maybe in a month or two after like I've actually used it and worn it, and I'll do like probably the in detail video then with like what fits and everything like that and how I've been using it, and I don't know, maybe outfit shots. I don't do a lot of styling. I'm not very good at it, or I also don't take the time to like try to do it. I'm working on social media. My Instagram is sad, but I try. Usually Instagram is good for like sharing information as opposed to sharing pictures of me doing like mod shots and stuff, but I'm doing my best. I'd love to hear your opinion about the bag, or what you think my experience with Farfetch ended up being. Like, did Farfetch redeem themselves in your eyes? I think they did in my eyes a little bit. I already went into that a lot in this video, so I'm gonna cut it short there. But I'd love to hear your opinion on that. I'd like to hear your opinion on the bag. I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased. I hope this was a fun video to watch, and I hope that you enjoyed. If you did like this video, please do give it a like. It super duper helps the algorithm, and subscribe for more content that helps the algorithm even more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.